Yeah.
And I'm happy that when I said, I'm taking it to court, he said, now that he's being taken to court, that he will now be able to disclose or bring in the open all those things he wanted to keep behind.
Peter Obi is a dangerous man. Every Nigerian should be wary of this rather enigmatic politician. Obi has a certain magnifying lens in him.
Kenneth Okonkwo has finally disgraced himself. Look at above, he has apologized to Peter Obi. Yes, his solicitors has written a letter of apology to Peter Obi.
So Kenneth Okonkwo's lawyer don't reply Peter Obi's suit of 5 billion.
Hello guys, welcome back to another update. There is fire on the mountain. Like in this video, I don't want to talk much. I want you guys to see the video by yourself. You saw the title before clicking in. Let's see the video together, and at the ending part, I will be back. But if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, my name is Lady J.
Peter Obi is a dangerous man. Every Nigerian should be wary of this rather enigmatic politician. Obi has a certain magnifying lens in him, such that when any person comes close to him, that lens exposes that person and reveals exactly who they are. Now, one such character that the Obi lens has exposed is the man called Kenneth Okonkwo, that flamboyant, garrulous, smooth-talking ex-lawyer and Nollywood actor turned politician, who, as it turns out today, is actually a type
Specifically
of
about Bola Tinubu, who is suffering from dementia and amnesia. It's dangerous to bring such a person on the position of leadership.
A lover of polished politics, a man who would do no wrong. But Peter Obi's lens has revealed who Kenneth really is. You see, Kenneth Okonkwo is not far away from the likes of Boala, Reno Omokri, Abure, and Dino Melaye. These are transactional politicians who constantly ask one question: what is in it for me? They may cloak their motives with fine-sounding words that captivate, but the end of it is deception. For Okonkwo, Peter Obi is now an incompetent person. Peter Obi is now a man that lacks character. Wow, what transformation. What dramatic turnaround. I think Okonkwo is broke. Okonkwo is finally acting the real character that he is. The character of one whose pursuit is money by all means. Okonkwo has sold his conscience for money, Atiku's money. People like Okonkwo have realized that moderate and gentle statements.
And I am talking about Atiku Abubakar, who is now an octogenarian, who cannot climb staircase.
They resort to dramatic and exaggerated language to draw attention to themselves. They are deceptive.
So you've been talk say that what he tell us last year. Say he asked Peter Obi for house rent money, saying a duplex in one rent, and Peter Obi will give him. So they start with flats. So you mean
he wanted money for a flat when he met Atiku. He talked to Atiku. Atiku was sweet, nice, told him he would do. Atiku still gave him money for a flat. So because why? Yeah, listen. And that's just so for you really to consider what is it that drives Kenneth. What brought trouble between him and us? Penny, money to rent a house. I don't tell Peter to pay me for house rent. Other people who work in the movement came in. People like Kenneth, because he is failure in the entertainment industry, he failed. That's why he came to meet us in the political space.
Yeah, he's a very good actor.
Kenneth Okonkwo is a failed entertainment entrepreneur. You don't come and start begging for house rent. Now he begged for it. That is what got us into this mess. If you must come and do politics, better have a secondary source of income. If you come and jump into the politics and you have no supporting base that sustains you, you will become as challenged as Kenneth Okonkwo is.
People they talk, sha. I don't even know what to say, right? Somehow, I cannot authenticate the authenticity of this particular information. But you see, the part that interested me was the comment of Peter Obi, and somehow I could say that is very possible because I have been in conversation with somebody who was in a similar situation, and I remember what the person said, Peter Obi said. Yes, I've been in conversation with somebody who was in a similar situation, needed Peter Obi to help finance something for the person. Not that it was even personal, but it was something that was going to be beneficial to Peter Obi. And Peter Obi's position is reflective of this communication. So he's somebody that can do that thing. Peter Obi is somebody that cannot release. I mean, never go deep, make it not go be like, say, private information shared with me at the diverger. But Peter Obi, if you do that kind of thing. That being said, the part of this conversation that interested me is the part where the man spoke about the issues of our current political space. When people come in, not having a business background or a flow of income, and they come into politics, it's a risky thing. And even in the content creation space, you see a lot of these guys you are seeing now dancing around, jumping, twerking for various politicians and government. Hunger is part of it. I tell you for a fact, hunger. Anybody with a thriving career, anybody with a flow of income consistently will not jump on any bad wagon, will not jump on every movement, will not begin to twerk for a government the way some of these guys are twerking on social media. And you know them. First and foremost, the first base before you say you want to get into, and it's a risk. Anybody you see when they on camera, they talk for social media, and his only source of livelihood and that social media is a risk. They will do just anything. A big risk. The first thing, before anybody says you want to be an activist, you want to be an advocate, you want to be a crusader, the first thing is to have financial base. It is going to be the stamina you will have, because hunger will come. You will not be able to refuse. If I tell you how much some of these guys collect, 250, they send the 300. If you get level, they send you 500k. If you get level, because there are many where they want to take care of. Nobody gives you 1 million for free. 1 million easy. For what? You will die. Oh. You will die. The day somebody promised to say one send my number to somebody, made the person call me. He said the last person where he call, where he give now 1 million, he give her. But if you get level, where if he give you 5, blah blah blah, 10 million, if he talk to her. At that 10 million, so you want to sign life contract with me. How much do these people pay for you to campaign for them? So you see, all of these things, where the guy talks, so I take that part very serious. And that's why I'm anchoring. I don't want to debate on those ones now. Conversation will be ignore. I'm not really here looking at all of that, duplex or flat and all of that. But you see, financial base, flow of income, entrepreneur. And by the way, let's correct it. I'm seeing a lot of narrative to say, oh, Kenneth Okonkwo wasn't a failed entertainer. And I agree. He said he was a failed entertainment entrepreneur, the business part of entertainment. I think most of you do not know. Dr. Kachi is a very smart person. He's not a doctor with an honorary doctorate degree. He go to school. So entrepreneurial enterprising entertainment, the entrepreneurial part of entertainment, and they talk about. And I'm not even saying that I'm not enjoying, I'm not endorsing. I'm saying that is what we're trying to talk about. To say you can be a successful musician, but you're not a successful musical entrepreneur. If you did not make money or you did not build a system to give you money, as it were. A lot of the people that used to do entertainment like Kenneth, some of them have moved on to creating production companies, movies, and I'm not even boxing to a corner. This is me being fair, very objective. I'm not saying you must, but I'm just expatiating on the mass conversation or line of thoughts. Let's understand. However, I can agree that if you do not have a financial base and you get into politics or advocacy or activism or crusading or social media influencing, you can fall for just anything. That one is a shorty that nobody can deny.
So, in the news, Mr. Obidients, the man who experienced Peter Obi's scam firsthand, according to Kenneth Okonkwo, finally breaks his silence. Please, let us take a listen.
Kenneth Okonkwo, the allegation he made against you, what's the story about?
Well, that is an area I thought we could have been able to avoid, but let me tell you, Kenneth went to channels and said, I told him Peter Obi is a criminal, that is the leader of the criminal gang, that I told him, Peter told me that told me to pay 10 million naira to the party, but I told him that I paid to the party. Even because we were discussing, I told him, I'm even going to court with the party. He said, do you have evidence? I said, I have. He's now sharing the documents as classified. They are not classified because those are not public documents. All he's sharing now are public documents that are already in court. So, you see, I don't want to go into that, but I want to ask you a question, if you don't mind. I wouldn't know if you're a lawyer like Kenneth Okonkwo. Even if you are not one. If I pay you, no matter how much I pay you, disregarding the Nigerian constitution that says that everybody is presumed innocent until proved guilty, how much will I pay you for you to go to national TV and say that Peter Obi is a criminal? And people say this politics. This is not politics. I'm worried, but I think the NBC should start looking towards the direction of ensuring that, I'm not trying to suggest anything, but it will not be a bad idea that anybody who is going to a live TV to speak, especially on politically related matters, should have some form of test.
How do you mean?
I mean, I don't know how to put it, but it's important to confirm that people who speak to the public are not doing so under any influence.
A man says,
I said test, drug test.
powder kiss. Oh my God.
Drug test. I mean, it's unbelievable that people could go on air. You said you have evidence against me. Provide the evidence where I said Peter Obi told me to pay 10 million. Peter Obi is a criminal by oblique him. You cannot. What you are doing, you presented all the documents and you say all you had, which is already in the public domain, and you are saying if you are triggered, you provide more. What more are you going to provide? I said provide that. I don't even want to go into that, but I'm surprised that initially some people do not believe that myself and Peter Obi are victims of what Kenneth is doing. We are victims. Because he mentioned that I told him, and he said people who moved from ADC to NDC in Enugu were with him in ADC. That means he knew those people. He also, somebody from Enugu told him something. There is somebody, a senatorial aspirant from Enugu, who wrote EFCC against NDC. Why didn't he quote that person? Why look for somebody from Anambra? I'm not trying to go into that. Why make private discussion? Assuming without considering public. What? You see? And somebody was telling me he was doing that for Atiku Abubakar. I said it's not true. I'm sorry I'm saying this. It's not working for Atiku Abubakar. The Atiku Abubakar cannot sanction that. I know Atiku Abubakar's head of media from when he was vice president. Paul Ibe, our brother. Go and check his wall. That man has never, for any day, insulted anybody. So if that is what Atiku Abubakar wants, why won't Paul Ibe, his man, be insulting everybody? And I doubt if Kenneth Okonkwo, the way he's going, he's actually working for Atiku Abubakar. Because you know that making such unguarded utterances is going to provoke your people in the Igbo.
Remember, Peter Obi always says he's going to dismantle the structure of criminality. Today, Kenneth Okonkwo says Peter Obi is the head of criminality. But then, guys, what can we say? Let's take a listen.
Anybody who is voting for NDC and Peter Obi is voting for criminality. And I will prove it with facts. I will call names. There is one man called Obunike Ohebu, the House of Representatives aspirant, Newi North and Newi South. and Ekusigo local government from Anambra State. He sent an SOS to me. And he said that P2B is now the head of the criminality, that they were scammed in NDC. And he said, Kwankwanso went back to his people and made sure that every constituency produced one candidate so that they will not be scammed. But P2B told them that all of them, the aspirants, should go into the field and that they thought they were going to have primaries. Remember, Sereka Dixon came out and said, once you pay your expression of interest form, you are not going to pay any money. When you are now the one that is nominated, that's when they will take nomination fee. And all of them ran into it. Then P2B and the leaders of the Southeast now went and told them, anybody who wants to be House of Rep person, after paying that expression of interest, must pay 10 million naira bribe. And Senate, 20 million naira bribe. When they were
bribe to who?
Bribe to the NDC and the caucus. They call them caucus leaders in the Southeast. This was what he wrote it and sent to me, and sent me the receipt, because they told him he needed money to campaign for his presidency. Now, when they were told individually, so they thought they were now the chosen candidate, that maybe that is the nomination fee. When all of them paid, they discovered there were many. Then we are now told to go into the field for direct primary. And when they now went into the field, they thought that there was going to be genuine primary. And as they were in that field, killing themselves, P2B was in John Wood Hotel. He mentioned the hotel, writing the list of candidates. And after that, they submitted it. You know what he said? He said, I am not disappointed that I lost the ticket. I am rather disappointed that I invested my time, resources, and reputation in a process that is becoming increasingly opaque and inconsistent with the democratic principles it proclaimed. And this is another man from Enugu State, a highly political person, sent to me. And you know what he said? He said, I have a direct taste of the fraud called P2B. Recently in NDC.
But we must put that, yes.
NDC has become a national dialogue for criminality.
No, but just a moment.
Discussion of criminals.
Mr. Okonkwo, you do acknowledge that that was the testimony of one person, and it's an allegation.
No.
You haven't investigated that.
Hold on.
To be able to say you did your own investigation,
yes,
and you found it to be true.
What, did you know what Aisha said? He said they did not even give me, I'm not talking about level playing ground. They did not give me ground at all. He said it on TV. I'm talking about corroboration. A lot of them have said it. And you know why I'm annoyed? You said I did the investigation. I am the leader of ADC in Enugu State. The same people with thoughts that they will not extort the aspirants. They are the people that went to NDC and they started extorting the aspirants. NDC has come out with a statement trying to distance themselves from what is happening in the Southeast. And they said it is the caucus leaders in the Southeast that are responsible.
Yeah.
P2B from Anambra State. Okwesilezenwodo from Enugu State, Ugochukwu Onyema from Abia State, Achiku Denwa from Imo State, and what else is remaining?
Yeah, but don't you think that is? Yes. I mean, I'm not trying
5
to
states in the Southeast.
Exonerate
you know what
anyone.
I'm telling you? We want to bring new leadership in the Southeast because of leaders like this. That is why Southeast has been coming last in Nigerian politics. Southeast people are marginalized in the federal government. We fight to eat. And after that, some of our leaders are calling us and scamming us. I told them that P2B is going to scam them.
Yeah, but
that is a political conman. Look at what is happening.
I'm saying that, you know.
Thank you very much for watching the video with me. I hope you find the video very interesting. If you are yet to subscribe, this is the right time. Subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost much to subscribe. And I want to use this opportunity to say thanks to YouTube for giving us this platform to share news and politics with our family members, our friends as well. I'll see you all in my next update. Have a wonderful day. Bye.